Ombily Oli once again. In case you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you're a 10 subscriber, don't forget to hit that notification button. And if you are just like the video, yeah, I want to see the subscription count go up. Mama Africa, the boy from Mama Africa, Ombili Oli. Now today, I want to teach you about African culture. So today, we are going to tackle about one thing, naming of babies. Let's start with nowadays, modern baby naming. Guys, modern baby naming has some funny trails that is happening, particularly where I come from. There are some awkward names that are being given to kids. Even you wonder if our ancestors will be now there, our Wahenga will be there. Will these kids be given these names? Because let's check about the other people, maybe the Muslims religions. Those for them they are giving their kids Arabic names. Those ones are not changing. But if you go to the Christians and the traditional ones, they are giving their kids very funny names. Even I don't know where these names are coming from. I think that is also making me angry nowadays. And you guys, you boys outside there, boys carrying their mother's name as their surname. That's abomination in Africa. What is this? Why is it happening nowadays? Why is it not happening other days? There's a problem. And if you are a man, or you are a boy, how come you are carrying a name of your mother as your surname? No, no, no. But even if you have other problems with your dad, or use your grandfather's name. Yeah, don't use your mother's name as your surname. It's controversial, but no, 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 no. That thing is not good. Because also your kids will also start using their mother's name as their surname. And this means that your generation is ending. Because our generation is supposed to be based on a man, not a woman. Surname is not to be based on a woman. So the first name, our traditional name. So let me tell you one thing. When they bought this religions came to Africa. Most of the biggest religions came to Africa were Islam, Christianity, and Hindu. Hindu is not so much, but mostly Islam and Christianity are so much there. So the when the Islamized people, the people are forced to take Arabic names, even leave their surname, the African surname. But when the Christians came, they knew people would refuse that thing. So Christians, they were given first English names. Then the second name, now your name and your surname, they were not removed. They were just put there. Christians did not remove the African name. They just gave one name there. So they came with a lie, baptismal name. But Arabs and the Islams removed all the names of African. So Arabs erased the African identity. But the Christians, when they came, they preserved the identity of Christian, of traditional African identity. If it's a lie, tell me there. Because check the Africans who are professing the Islam religion, they lost their African identity on about one thing, naming. And that is one thing about this video, is naming. But the Christian never left there. They lost only one aspect, the funny names that they were given, and they embraced them. They embraced them, but that's one was a way of winning them. So no, 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 don't leave your first name and your surname, but yeah, we can put another one name there to spice it up. That's why you find people having names like you find me. I'm having an English name, but I'm still having my name and my surname. My surname is my father's name. So that is one thing I am against. Boys using their mother's name as surname. You are killing your generations. So these names, there was a process for giving these names. So you will not just rise up. Let's talk about the African names. They will not just rise up and give you a names. So to defend with the community you are in. So I'll talk about so many things and you will see. Let's talk for example, the Luo in Kenya. For them, they name you according to the occasion. They have names. For example, these names, we have Otieno, Owino, Odhiambo, Okinyi, Oluoch. So if Oluoch is a man, Aluoch is a woman. Otieno is a man, Atieno is a man. Othiambo is a man, Athiambo is a woman. So we have like a Okoth, Akoth. You're getting me? Owino, Awino. So Awino is a man. Awino is a lady. Owino is a man. I don't know, gone wrong there. So those names have the meaning. Maybe one was born in the morning, one was born in the midday, one was born in midnight, one was born in the evening. So these names are like that. Comparison. I went to talk to my friend in Ghana. So he was telling me we have Kwesi, Kwabena, Kofi, Kwame. So we have days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you're born on Monday, they can give you those names. So I don't know. Kwesi is Monday, Kwame, Kwabena, Monday, Tuesday, like that. So again, if you come back for us, let's go about the days of the week. We have, you can find a person is called Mosi. Even English, they are now using Sunday. We have Juma is for Friday. Those are also days of the week. They are also calling them. Also, as in East Africa, you can find Mosi, Juma, but I don't know if you have Jumatatu or Jumanne, Jumatano, Alhamisi. Also, we have Amisi. Amisi is for Thursday. So those names are like that. Let's go about seasons, the naming of seasons. So this community like that in the Western Kenya, let's say talk about the Bokusu, the Luya. So we have Wafula, Nafula. This one was born time of rain. We have Nanjala, Wanjala. This was born in the time of hunger. And we have Wekesa, Nekesa, time when they're harvesting. Then we have funerals, Masika, Nasika. Then we have, for example, the Kamba. Wambua is born the time of rain, and Siombua. Then we have Nzilani, was born on the roadside. You see now? Then let's go other part. We have Kageha, was born when they were lacking something. So these times, you see, it depends. Even maybe ceremonies, like maybe presents. So these were the names given now. Let's go. Also, we have some clans. So, but a particular clan in a particular tribe had their own names. So this clan had their names. This other clan had their name. This other clan had their name. So you cannot take a name from this clan to another clan. And these names were based on male and female. So this clan had their names. You cannot find a person from another clan taking another name for another person. No, no. Maybe if the girl is married there, but the girl takes the side of the husband. Also, let me relax small, make my shirt. Also, let's go about naming uh, departed souls, how they used to name some communities. Maybe some will name after someone in the community who was departed. So they bring that name to you, to another person, to the baby who is born. So maybe the guy died maybe this month and the baby was born this month. They will give that name to that boy. This means the continuation of the name in the family lineage. So that is one of the things now. So some names were according to maybe some people could be given names according to situations. Like for example, Swahili names. We have like Uhuru. You see, Uhuru was when people are getting independence. Like the president of our country was called Uhuru because of independence. Now we have people called Amani. Amani is peace. Maybe it's born when there was peace. Now we have people like Pendo was born when there is love. Like Ushindi. Ushindi was born when there is victory. We have people who are called like Nuru. Nuru was born when there is a light. Maybe people are in darkness and there is light. When people were suffering and now they are blessing. That's why you can call maybe they are baraka. Understand? You are suffering. Then you give a kite when you're blessing. You call baraka. But I don't know if someone is called Shida. Shida is problem. So also some people are given names according to animals. I went to some place I called in Ukambani. Someone called Mbiti. Mbiti is a hyena. But given name according to animals. Mbiti is hyena. So maybe the hyenas were disturbing for that time. They called Mbiti. And also the Luo is called Otoyo. Otoyo is also an hyena. You understand? So some people also call their name according to status in society. So, for example, they cannot call you Gitonga when you come from a poor family, of problematic family. So, if you send someone to be called Gitonga, Gitonga means rich person. So that's how they used to name in Africa. So it depends with also social status of you. Now Gitonga. Also some people are calling themselves Sonko. Sonko are rich people. Tajiri. Tajiri is rich. Eh, now for example here, you hear Sheikh. Sheikh is someone rich. But in our country, someone being called Sheikh, you know that is maybe a preacher of the masjid teaching the people about Islam. But here, Sheikh is a rich person. Now you see, status also you call if you call Yogi Tonga and the Sheikh also are the same names. So let's now check the other parts of the naming. Guys, don't forget to like the video, guys. If you are not liking the video, you're making me feel angry. So other places they were calling people against. I don't know. This is a comedy or what? Because how do you call someone Kadogo and you just given birth to baby and she becomes Kadogo small? So some names also have power. Or others are funny names like Mrefu, Kafupi. But those are nicknames. They're not real names. But I find people call them Kafupi, Mrefu. Yeah, those are names. So we have also other names. Like those have meanings. Like I'm telling you, the word is present. Maybe when you're given birth, so much presents are come. So the mother will just call you Zawadi. We have also Chaurembo. When this girl was born, she was very beautiful. They will call her Chaurembo. Urembo means beautiful. Then we have Chausiku. This means this girl was born at night. Hmm? Chausiku. Those are names that are still there. So, so these things were about so much there. So, in some communities, you could find that these names they could borrow from other communities. For example, I was in western part of Kenya. I found the Luo and the Luya share names. This is because of intermarriage and also be staying together too much. You find that the communities they can borrow names from this community and this community and this community is also okay. But some communities don't allow you to use their names because it's a form of identity. So this naming is adhered to. So a community sets the rules for its naming. So if you are born in that community, you must follow the community the names. For example, let's go. You're born in the Mount Kenya region. You'll use the naming for the Mount Kenya region. So where you are is using the naming for your community. So this is also an identity. So naming is also an identity. Because if someone calls you by your name, you know this by come from where. So naming is also a form of identity, identifying a particular community or a particular clan. So that's why you see naming is so much important for a baby in African traditional society. Also, for example, I come from Kenya. The constitution guarantees a baby a right to a name. And a name is not given, a name is given by the parents. But now we see here, parents also have the authority to give the name, but also they have to follow what the community gives them. So, other communities, when they are naming their kids, for example, the Central Mount Kenya people, the firstborn will be called the name of the father if it's a boy. The secondborn, if it is a boy, will be called the name of the ladies father. Firstborn girl, name of the father, grandfather, of the side of the dad. The second girl, name of the grandmother, the side of the wife. But the others now will be called uncle like that. So there they are 50-50. Side this one, this other side. But many communities, they have to follow the man's lineage. You have to follow the names of the man lineage, not using the lady's name or where the ladies come. So that is what is also there. So let's go to also about this naming. Before they name a baby, in traditional African society, there were some ceremonies that used to take place, naming ceremonies. Nowadays, babies are born in hospitals. They're given names even before they leave the hospital. So, but before those, there was a naming ceremony. So they will perform. They will even slaughter chickens. That's what I was telling you, chickens, the importance of chickens there. They will slaughter even a goat. It depends on the status of the family that is has given birth to the baby. So if they are rich, the naming ceremony, they will give a lot. So birth and naming were a biggest part of traditional African society. So naming was also something because this name could be con- inherited in generation. So also during this ceremony, if they slaughter maybe a goat, the soup will be given to the mother for the mother to get to. Because when they're naming, the mother has now given birth. Now they're making ceremony for the naming ceremony. So also other communities, after naming, there's some things that could take place also. When I was in Western Kenya, I learned one thing. Like the video before we continue. You know, I'm on this road. People are walking here. These are Indians walking here. I know people are watching this video also from India and Bangladesh and Kenya, many parts of the world. I'm telling you about my culture. Now, we're continuing with the story. So, other instances after naming, there's this place called shaving the first hair of the baby. Baby is born with the womb hair. So, some communities, this by the way, I just want to tell you, some communities they would shave the baby's hair, signaling that they have accepted the baby back into the family. So, if you give birth to a baby in that community and you go and shave that hair, they will not accept that baby as their own. And this by the way I want to tell you. So the baby's first hair, the mother of the boy is the one who's supposed to shave that hair. The mother of the boy shaves that hair. Now this signals that if the baby has no problem, the baby is from that family. But if you are lying, baby is not from that family, something will happen. Something will happen to the baby. So that is what one of the things used to scare away girls, so that girls will be faithful. If you are unfaithful and the mother of the boy shave the hair, calamity can befall on your baby. Baby can kaput. So so a baby that has been shaved in that community when she's still young, she's now accepting that thing. And also, I'll be telling about a video about also initiation. That will be the next video I'll be telling about you. Next video. Also, I'll tell you about what happens during initiation. So, initiation also in African takes different ways. So, the next video I'll take about it. So, today we are talking about naming in African culture. So, I've researched one, two countries there. They also have their own naming also. But if you check too much, most of these things are the same. Naming according to clan, naming according to seasons, naming according to time of the hour the baby was born, naming according to the communities have their own names. Yeah, also some names have meanings, some don't have meanings. So also some people say before you give a boy or a girl a name, don't give her bad names because you can get some names have spiritual things. I don't know, but that's what people say outside there. So before you give a name, check which name you are giving. That's why you find some of our African people are running away from our African heritage and African culture that is supposed to be maintained. Naming one, they're giving their kids Western names. you are African. How come you're giving a kid's Israeli name? I've never seen someone in Israel giving their names to African names. Only the only one who embrace our African culture, the African diaspora, like the ones in Jamaica. You can find them having our names, African names. Yeah, those ones know the best thing, identity. That is an identity. So the African name is an identity. So people having identity crisis are the ones who are running to give their kids other names, Western names. You can see also these things is also being proud of your name, because I've never seen. Let's realistic. When these Europeans were spreading the gospel, they went to the Arabs. They went to these other countries. But one thing is that even they went to Turkey, they went to other parts of Europe. Turkey still have their maintain their naming. They went to other countries like Korea. Korea, they were many of them were Christians, but they still maintain their Korean naming. They will not change to be calling their kids their English names. But Africans, I don't know how we went stupid and started using European names. But look, other countries, they're still maintaining their own identity. Yes, they embrace the religion, but they did not change their naming. But now Africa, we are now moving away from the traditional way of life, naming. You're now embracing other people's naming. Me, I'm against Africans using other people's names. Why don't them using our names? Yeah, I've not seen an Arab using an African name, but an African using an Arab name. An African as a lost identity is be calling himself an Arab, and if you look, he's black. So I'm asking myself, Africans are losing our identity. We also losing our identity as Africans. Also, we are losing our name as Africans. I'm against that thing. So Africans must preserve our naming culture. That sound controversial, but it's true. We lose our naming, we lose our identity. And if identity lost, our culture is lost, everything is lost. So we must maintain our naming culture. And the thing we should stop is men using their mother's name as surnames. If it is bad, you can use your grandfather's name. Yeah. Stop using, even your mother is not using his mother's name as his surname, but you are using your mother's name as your surname. That's why I started, I was being angry. But what is causing that is that we have lost our moral values as Africans. And we need to go back to our moral values as African and preserve them. If we don't preserve them, we will lose our identity, everything, and we'll have an identity crisis. In fact, even if we, for example, even if there's intermarriage between this tribe and this tribe, you find that the man name prevails because the man is the head, even everywhere in the world. The man naming culture or naming is the one that prevails in many places. A lady will not come and start calling the names of the where she came from. No, no, no. She has to embrace the name of the father, because what we are passing through is the identity of the father to go to generations. That will not end. So, guys, thank you very much and be blessed. See you another time. I'm really only signing out.
Kuna story unaambiwa na utaki kusikia. Oli tena sikusikia, niliambiwa sikusikia.